The Messenger is an action platformer developed by Sabotage Studio and published by Devolver Digital. Players control a young ninja tasked with delivering a vital scroll to save his clan from a demon army. The game begins as a linear 8-bit style platformer, reminiscent of classic titles like Ninja Gaiden, featuring tight controls and dynamic gameplay. As the story unfolds, it introduces time travel mechanics that shift the visuals and audio to a 16-bit style, transforming the experience into a Metroidvania, encouraging exploration and discovery. The Messenger has been praised for its clever writing, engaging gameplay, and memorable soundtrack composed by Rainbow Dragon Eyes. Metroid Dread is a 2D action-adventure game developed by Mercury Steam in collaboration with Nintendo EPD. It marks the return of intergalactic bounty hunter Samus Aran in her first new 2D Metroid story in 19 years. Following the events of Metroid Fusion, Samus investigates a mysterious transmission on the planet ZDR, which has become overrun by dangerous alien life forms and chilling robotic threats known as Emmy. The game combines classic side-scrolling exploration with modern stealth elements, challenging players to navigate a labyrinthine world filled with secrets and formidable bosses. Axiom Verge is a side-scrolling action-adventure game developed by Thomas Happ Games. Players control Trace, a scientist who, after a lab accident, awakens in a mysterious alien world filled with bizarre creatures and advanced technology. The game draws heavy inspiration from classic Metroidvania titles, offering intricate exploration, a vast array of weapons and tools, and challenging boss battles. Notably, Axiom Verge introduces unique gameplay mechanics, such as the Address Disruptor, which allows players to glitch the environment and enemies to their advantage. Ori and the Blind Forest. Definitive Edition is a platform-adventure Metroidvania game developed by Moon Studios and published by Microsoft Studios. Players assume control of Ori, a small white guardian spirit, and Sane, the light and eyes of the forest's spirit tree. The game features a visually stunning world, emotional storytelling, and challenging gameplay that combines platforming with puzzle-solving elements. The Definitive Edition includes new areas, abilities, story sequences, and multiple difficulty modes enhancing the original experience. The game's hand-painted artwork, meticulously animated character performances, and fully orchestrated score contribute to its critical acclaim. Lilies. Quietus of the Nights is a dark fantasy 2D action RPG developed by Livewire and published by Binary Haze Interactive. Players follow the journey of Lily, a young priestess, as she navigates the cursed realm of Land's End, a kingdom devastated by a relentless rain that transforms living beings into undead monstrosities known as the Blighted. The game features a hauntingly beautiful world with diverse environments, from submerged forests to grand castles, each filled with formidable foes and intricate secrets. Combat is both challenging and rewarding, allowing players to exorcise defeated enemies and enlist their abilities as allies. Death's Gambit. Afterlife is an expanded edition of the original 2D action platformer developed by White Rabbit Interactive and published by Serenity Forge. Players assume the role of Soren, an agent of death, tasked with confronting the immortal guardians of Cyrodiil to restore the natural order. Afterlife introduces significant enhancements, including 10 new levels, over 30 weapons, 5 new bosses, and mechanical overhauls that deepen the gameplay experience. The game emphasizes precise combat, character customization, and exploration within a non-linear world filled with secrets and challenging adversaries.
Death makes no exceptions. Imagine what you could do if you were free from them.
You lack the conviction to do what is necessary.
Fate is not so easily broken.
Hollow Knight is a critically acclaimed action-adventure Metroidvania game developed and published by Team Cherry. Players control the Knight, a silent, insect-like warrior exploring the vast, interconnected underground kingdom of Hallownest. The game emphasizes exploration, precise combat, and platforming challenges as players uncover the kingdom's secrets and confront its corrupted inhabitants. Notable for its hand-drawn art style, atmospheric soundtrack, and intricate world-building, Hollow Knight offers a deeply immersive experience that encourages players to delve into its rich lore and challenging gameplay. Volgarr the Viking II is a 2D action platformer developed by Crazy Viking Studios and published by Digital Eclipse. Serving as a sequel to the original Volgarr the Viking, this installment continues the tradition of challenging gameplay inspired by classic titles like Ghosts and Goblins and Rostan. Players take on the role of Volgarr, a fierce Viking warrior, battling through meticulously designed levels filled with formidable enemies, traps, and bosses. The game is celebrated for its tight controls, retro-inspired visuals, and a soundtrack that complements the intense action. Guacamelee 2 is a vibrant Metroidvania platformer developed and published by Drinkbox Studios. Players once again step into the boots of Juan Aguacate, a luchador who embarks on a quest across the diverse realms of the Mexiverse to save his family and the world from a new threat. The game builds upon its predecessor's mechanics, introducing new abilities, expanded combat moves, and intricate platforming challenges. Notably, the transformation into a chicken has been enhanced, granting players a unique moveset that adds depth to both combat and exploration. Cave Story Plus is an enhanced version of the original Cave Story, a seminal indie action-adventure platformer developed by Daisuke Pixel Amaya. Players control, quote, a robot who awakens in a mysterious underground world inhabited by the Mimiga, a race of rabbit-like creatures. As Quote explores the labyrinthine caves, he uncovers a compelling narrative filled with memorable characters and challenging enemies. Cave Story Plus features updated graphics, remastered music, and additional game modes, providing both newcomers and returning players with a refreshed experience. The game's tight controls, non-linear exploration, and engaging story have cemented its status as a classic in the indie game scene. Shantae. Half-Genie Hero is a platformer developed by WayForward Technologies. Players control Shantae, a half-genie tasked with protecting her home, Scuttletown, from various threats, including the nefarious pirate Risky Boots. The game features vibrant, hand-drawn visuals and introduces new transformations for Shantae, allowing her to access previously unreachable areas. Unlike its predecessors, Half-Genie Hero adopts a chapter-based structure, with stages that can be revisited to uncover secrets and collectibles. The game also offers additional modes and downloadable content, including campaigns where players can control other characters from the Shantae universe. Timespinner is a 2D action platformer developed by Lunar Ray Games. Players assume the role of Lilies, a time messenger who embarks on a quest for revenge against the Empire that destroyed her clan. The game draws inspiration from classic Metroidvania titles, offering a richly detailed pixel art style and a compelling narrative. A unique gameplay mechanic allows players to temporarily halt time, enabling strategic combat maneuvers and exploration opportunities. Throughout her journey, Lilies acquires various orbs that serve as weapons, each with distinct abilities and attributes, allowing for a customizable combat experience.
I will destroy them all. No one.
Blasphemous 2 is a side-scrolling Metroidvania game developed by the Game Kitchen and published by Team 17. Players once again control the Penitent One, navigating a labyrinthine world filled with grotesque enemies and towering bosses. The game expands upon its predecessor by offering a non-linear exploration experience, allowing players to chart their own path through the game's interconnected environments. Combat has been refined with the introduction of new weapons and abilities, providing diverse strategies to overcome challenges.
Of embroiderers, Benedicta, of the confraternity of endless orison, Odon, of the confraternity of salt, Lesmes, of the confraternity of incorruptible flesh, all under the dictate of the oldest penitent.
The Last Faith is a dark, gothic fusion of Metroidvania and Souls-like genres, developed by Kumi Souls Games and published by Playstack. Players step into the role of Eric, who awakens in a ravaged world with no recollection of his immediate past. The game emphasizes merciless and precise combat, featuring a vast array of melee weapons, arcane spells, and long-range firearms. Non-linear exploration is central to the experience, with players journeying through imposing Gothic landscapes, from snow-dusted mountains to moonlit castles. The Last Faith offers a richly detailed pixel art style and an atmospheric soundtrack that enhances its immersive world.
A mark of insurrection. You are branded. You truly have hardy blood coursing through your veins. Your heart, I fear, may not be so fortunate.
Leave this place. It is not a destination for a cursed traveler.